Hey y'all, welcome back. Today's video is a little bit different than what I normally post. This video is about canning, just a few days in my life, what I do during the week. I've been really busy picking the figs. I've been having to pick figs every day because I don't want them to go to waste. And then I've canned zucchini. That is a pineapple zucchini recipe. I've canned squash. I've made relish and fig preserves. So this video is just a whole bunch of everything and what my life has looked like lately, and I hope y'all enjoy it. So it is fig season. Our fig tree is finally giving us some figs, and I wasn't sure if I was gonna get any off this tree. This was the second fig tree that we'd picked from, and our main fig tree fell over during a hurricane. It fell over, I believe, last year, but the hurricane was the year before. And after that hurricane, that tree leaned over, but we still got figs from it. Well, over time, some beetles or ants started to make their way into the base trunk of the tree. And then one day it just fell over. So that was a sad day. But from that huge fig tree, I guess this is a volunteer. And you can see where the main tree was, and this was off to the side. So hopefully within a couple of years, there may be some figs on that one. So this is my second picking today. Uh-oh, something has been munching on that one. Earlier, whenever I picked some figs, there were some that I could tell would not be ready until this evening. So I'm back out here picking the figs now, because if I do not get them now, then tomorrow, if I don't get out here in time, the birds will get them. So I want to go ahead and get the ones that have had about 8 more hours since earlier today, and I'm gonna go ahead and get those. This one, you can see it's starting to kind of split, so I want to go ahead and get that one before the birds get it.
How did they land on it? That's like,
Hang on, watch out, I gotta make sure it's starting to get out.
there's a hose.
Well, let's go look and see which other ones these are ready. Yeah, I already see like 4 just right here. I don't know if you can tell, but this is how hot it is in Alabama. Today, my car said 97, but it's like 100% humidity. This is just how hot it is, and right now it is currently 7:38 p.m. and this is just how hot it is.
Yes.
Okay, so we just picked the rest of the figs for tonight, and tomorrow morning I will be back out here picking some more, because I can tell there are a lot more figs that'll be ready in the morning. So I will see y'all in the morning, and we will just kind of do like a day in the life. So see y'all in just a little bit.
No.
Here. Let's move the ladder around to the other side. Good morning, friends. We just came in from picking the rest of the figs, and I have cooled off a little bit. The kids are eating breakfast, and I'm gonna finish my cup of coffee. So we picked about a small colander full of figs, and then last night I got this bowl of figs. So there's different times when you can pick them. So you can pick them whenever they're this dark color. And I don't know what variety of a fig tree we have, but when they're this dark color, they're very sweet and juicy. I will save this one out and taste it. And then you have figs that are, it has more of a green color, and if you're gonna eat them fresh, you're gonna wanna pick them when they're this deep color. But we don't eat them fresh that often, so with these I went ahead and picked them like this morning because I don't want the birds to get them, and I'm gonna make fig preserves out of them, and hopefully I can do that this weekend. I'm gonna have to do it this weekend. I've got so much I gotta do with all of our squash and zucchini that's left over. I've got more cucumbers that I need to make relish, so, and then the figs. So I just feel like I have so much I've got to do. But I just wanted to show y'all the figs. But I do want to show y'all this fig and how it looks on the inside. So here is the fig that is ready to eat, and it literally tastes like candy. This is so delicious, and this is when you want to eat them fresh, when they look like this. But if you're gonna do fig preserves, it's okay to have some that are a little bit green. These are still a really great color, and these are more ripe, the ones that I picked last night. Literally nature's candy. That was super sweet. It's almost like a dessert because now I just want to drink my coffee after. All right, so I'm back. It is around 7:30, and I'm going to pick some more figs. The ones that were not ready this morning, I'm gonna go ahead and get them now. And the reason why I'm picking twice a day is because I want to make some fig preserves this weekend. So we did not get to go to the farmer's market today. I know this probably just seems like a nothing but let's go pick figs video, but I promise we're gonna get there. We're gonna get to canning. We're gonna go to a food truck Friday in a town that we are near, so I will show you all of that. But for now, I'm just gonna pick the figs. Today I was gonna do the canning and go to the farmer's market, but our air conditioning decided to go out and it got up to 82 degrees in our house, so we had to take care of that. We did not go to the farmer's market. So I'm gonna pick these figs. I will show a clip of what all I get from this evening. All right, so within 24 hours, I have picked one of these large Tupperware containers full, and then I will add tomorrow's picking to this, and then hopefully by Saturday we can make some fig preserves. All right, so welcome back. It is the next day. I went and picked some more figs this morning. I did not get a whole bunch, just a small bowl full. So what I'm gonna do today, and I've got zucchini, so I've got 4 large zucchinis. So I'm gonna make pineapple zucchini, and I got this recipe from Ruth Ann. Her channel is Homesteading with the Zimmermans, and I found her channel probably a month ago, and I love her channel. So she posted about turning zucchini into pineapple, so that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm not gonna go into in-depth video of the whole thing. If you're interested in that, I can make a video on that, but that's just what I'm going to do. I've got about 4 hours until we go to the food truck event in a small town near us, and then I've got a ton of squash. Let me show you. So I've got all these squash right here, and I'm going to try to can them using a method that I found on Facebook. And here's my zucchinis. and the zucchini and the squash are water bathed. So the squash recipe, I can post that, but I think that's gonna be considered rebel canning because technically it's not the safest way. But I'm gonna try it. You use vinegar. It's not pickling, but you do use some vinegar in it. So I'm gonna try it. My aunt does hers that way, and Old Alabama Gardener on YouTube, that's how he does it, or how he used to do it. So I'm gonna try it because I have all those squash and I need the freezer space for the pig that we are getting in 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm gonna do is just start peeling and chopping the zucchini. Okay, so here we have our zucchini with pineapple juice, sugar, and lemon juice, and I'm about to put that in the water bath. And I'll show you when I take it out. Okay, so I have 7 pints of squash, 7 pints of pineapple zucchini, and then I've got 6 more pints of squash that I'm about to can. Good morning. It is Saturday and it is around 8:30. I did not get to pick the figs last night, so I'm going to go ahead and pick those. And then I've got to pick our beans that have gone to seed. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to picking these. Like I said, it's 8:30 in the morning and my weather app says that it's 83 degrees, but it feels like 93. So it's already extremely hot early in the morning, and the heat index yesterday I think was like 111 or something like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done before it gets too hot. Whew, okay, so I have got a bunch of figs this morning, and I think with these and what I have in the refrigerator, I will have plenty for fig preserves, so stay tuned for that video. But now I've got to go pick the beans, so let's go. These beans, this row is my aunt and uncle's row, and I'll show you. I'm picking these for them because they're out of town and they really need to be picked because we've noticed that some of the pods have already started kind of like mildewing on the outside a little bit. But you want your beans to completely dry out. The seed for this variety is black, so you want to let them get really dry on the vine, and then that's when you harvest them. But as you can see, these are like moldy looking. The bean on the inside is fine, but I think this is because we had a solid week of heavy rain. So I think that's why these look like that, just because of all the moisture that we've had. It's been raining. It's been extremely, ooh, that was a stink bug. Extremely humid, and so I'm just gonna pick these for them and then lay them out on the porch to let them finish drying. That way when they come over, they can just get their seeds. So this is my row, this is my parents' row, this is Reagan's row, and that's my aunt and uncle's row. So I've got to come back down on my row. I'll probably do that Monday before July 4th and go ahead and pick the rest of mine. And then once I pick all these, we'll be able to clean all this up and get ready for the fall garden. So let's go lay these out so they can dry really good. So this was not even one panel's worth, but I'm leaving these here for when they can come pick them up. That way they can dry. I do want to check on some carrots, which I should probably go ahead and harvest. So I can see one is already popping through the soil. This is so pitiful. Oh wow. I planted these in the spring, and it was kind of an experiment planting them in a pot. And like this one was already popping through and it's got some sun damage. Yeah, these were not gonna grow. I don't think they were gonna grow anymore. I was experimenting because I wanted to see how they did in the pots, but I planted them late. There's a few good ones, like that one right there. But these right here, wash them up. Those are bite size. Oh wow, okay, there's a good one. All right, there's our carrots. Like I said, this was kind of an experiment. There's a couple of okay ones in there. So I'll just go and throw these in the sink and then probably give my dog these really tiny ones if he wants them. So there we go. Okay, so this is what I was able to do yesterday. I canned 13 pints of squash. And this is what I was saying was not in a ball book. So I found a recipe in a canning group on Facebook. These squash over here were so big that I had to take all the seeds out. So this is just the meat of the squash. And then these over here are the ones that were small enough and I kept the seeds. And then over here is our pineapple zucchini. And this is what Ruth Ann on Homesteading with the Zimmermans, she had this recipe. And this is pretty much turning your zucchini into pineapple. So when you have too many zucchinis, you can use this in the place of pineapple. So if you're making like a pineapple cake or anything with pineapples in it, you can use that. And then today I am working on the 6.5 pounds of cucumbers, and I'm going to turn this into relish. And I'm using the dill relish from the ball book. I've already made some relish right here and it was so delicious, so I want to make sure I use those cucumbers for that. All right, so what I'm doing, I've got all my cucumbers, the ends cut off, and I'm going to put them in my Vitamix. I'm going to blend these up and then transfer them to a bowl. Okay, so I've got 2 teaspoons of turmeric and 1/2 cup of canning salt, and I'm just going to mix all of this together with the chopped cucumbers. Once I mix that up, I'm going to add 4 cups of water to this, and then you let this sit. Okay, so here it is. I added 4 cups of water, and you're going to want to leave it for 2 hours and just let it sit, soak up that salt and that turmeric, and then I'll come back in just a little bit in 2 hours and we'll start the process of. Okay, so it has been actually over 2 hours, and the next step is to let your relish drain in a colander and get all that moisture out. And then we will rinse this, so we're gonna let it drain. I'm gonna make sure I have all of my ingredients in my pot that's on the stove. We may have to drain 2 separate batches because this is actually more than I thought. So it'll drain, we rinse it, and after we rinse, we let it drain again. And over here in my pot, I've got 2 tablespoons of dill seed, 1/3 of a cup of sugar, and then you're supposed to have 4 cups of vinegar and white wine vinegar. I do not have 4 cups of white wine vinegar, so I had 3 full cups and about 3 1/4 cups of white wine vinegar. Okay, so I've also added 2 1/2 cups of chopped onion because that's what the recipe calls for in the ball book. And then here are my cucumbers that I have rinsed, drained, and I squeezed all the excess water out. So I'm gonna put all of this into here, and then we're gonna bring it to a boil over medium-high heat. And I forgot to add that I did not have 4 cups of white wine vinegar. I only had like 3 1/4 cups. So I added a little bit of apple cider vinegar. I hope that's okay. I hope that's okay because I canned yesterday with some things that had apple cider vinegar. So I figured, well, I guess it's okay. It may change the flavor a little bit, but we're gonna go with it. Also, my eyes are stinging because of the onions. We are water bathing, so we're gonna do, the recipe calls for 15 minutes. And so I have my jars inserted, and I'll put the lid on, and then those will start warming. Our relish has come to a boil, so I'm gonna turn it down and let it just soft boil for a little bit until my canner is ready, and then we'll put it into our jars. Here are some carrots that I just picked this morning from the garden, and this will be enough for both the kids during the week, one day to have with some butter on them. So I'm gonna stick those in the fridge. Okay, our jars are warm. Our relish has been cooking for about 10 minutes, which was perfect timing. And now I am filling the jars. I'm gonna fill all of these up, and then I will debubble them, wipe the rims. Oh, got way too much in that one. Okay, so we are ready to go into the canner. I'm gonna put the lids on. I have debubbled, I have wiped the rims, so now all I gotta do is finger tight lids. And then I had a little bit more left in here, and I'll just put this in a small jar to go in my fridge. So I'm gonna put the lids on and then put them in the canner. Okay, so the jars are in, and I've got an inch of headspace, an inch above the lids, that's what I meant, of water. Putting my lid on, I'm making sure that it is on vent. Turn the latch down, and we are ready to can. And now, while I'm waiting for my canner to begin water bathing everything, I'm going to clean up my kitchen, because if you have made relish, you know that it is actually very messy. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning, and I'll show y'all how the relish looks whenever it comes out. Okay, so it has been water bath boiling for 10 minutes. I just took the lid off, and then whenever it says that it's cooling, it wants you to leave it in there for another 5 minutes. So in 4 minutes, I'm going to pull all of those out, and then I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so the canner is beeping, and it's letting me know that it is ready to take our relish out. Uh-oh. Okay, there we have it. We have, let's see, 8, 9, 10 half pints of dill relish. So now I'm going, in a few minutes, I'm gonna eat some lunch. I still have not had lunch and it is 3 o'clock. So I'm gonna eat something, get the kids ready, and then I'm gonna go over to my parents because we are working on a table. So I bought a table, and this may be a whole separate video, but I bought a small rectangle table because we do not have a dining room table. And now that Lincoln is 4 years old, we want to make it a priority to sit at the table and eat dinner every night as a family when Steven gets home. Okay, so this morning I went back out and picked pretty much the last of the beans on my row and my parents' row, but I wanted to make sure that I got these because I had to turn the sprinklers on. So what we're doing today is we are just shelling these beans. Today is July 4th, so we're just hanging out. We're gonna cook and then eat, hang out, and then we'll come back out here and shell the rest of these. My parents have already shelled theirs, and I think they've gotten 3.5 pounds, and my cousin Reagan off his row, he's gotten around 3.5 pounds. So it'll be interesting to see how much we all get from our row because I think it's all around the same amount. All right, so far, here's all the, what is this, the shells? That'll go in the compost.
Still got that bag to do.
We've got so far this many in here, this plate full, and a lot more left in this bag. So once we get the total, I'll do another update. Oh, y'all got
something growing.
That's the avocado? Oh, wow. So one full container is 3 pounds. We done?
6 pounds, 1.5 ounces.
All right, so this is 6 pounds of seed that we'll use for next year. Yeah, Big Mama pole beans. I guess pretty much the majority of this was from my row. Some of it was from the rest of my parents' row. And so we'll just save these for next year. We're just letting them dry out for now. And that concludes today's video on pretty much a day in my life, but instead of a day, it's been several days. So that is the end of this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you liked this style video of just seeing what I do through several days since it's canning season, let me know if you like that. And I've had a lot of people interested in the canning video with the electric canner. So if there's something that you would like to see, let me know. And stay tuned for the next videos. The next one will be canning the figs that you've been seeing me pick. Then another video will be the table. So thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.